first and foremost to try to be as prepared and well read as they possibly can be. You will, for example, want to have looked at the school website of the school where you're intending to go. It's always a good point, a starting place to find out, for example, the number of children who are in the school, the complement of the teachers within the school, if there are any initiatives happening within the school. It helps you to get to know the school. At least it becomes familiar to you somewhat before you actually go there to work. So I would certainly say that's one thing that you would want to do. On a personal level, you would certainly want to have read through the material that the university is asking you to have read through in order that you're ready for your placement, so that you are aware of the expectations on you that the university will have and the school will have. In that way, if you read and prepare your file, you will feel ready for the adventure you're about to have, the experience you're about to have. I would also say that you find out very practical things like, how are you going to get to the school? Is it close enough to walk? Are you going to have to get public transport? Things like that are very important. When does the school start? So that you know that you will be there on time and you know what your journey will be like, and it will put your mind at ease so that you are then more ready to focus on the task in hand, which will be observation and learning through the experience of being there. A student should come prepared and they should come on time. It's very important. It makes a big difference if you are on time and regularly on time. You should come and immediately you'll be met with probably the school office. It's usually the first port of call in the school. And when you arrive, it would be a good idea for you to say your name and where you're from and ask if you can speak to the head teacher. It's good practice to do that. And it may be the case that the head teacher will be there to speak with you, or the head teacher may not be in the school, and therefore another member of the senior management team will be there, and they will then take you to the place in the school where you're going to be working, and you'll be met by the classroom teacher. So that's very important. Another thing to do on your first day is it's always a good idea to try to smile, and I know that people can be nervous when they first arrive in a new place, but it makes a big difference, and it's well worthwhile trying out, and try to be aware of it. The biggest part of your first day will be to observe, to take mental notes and perhaps take little written notes sensitively, but it's observation, and you will observe so many things on your first day. Try, if you possibly can, to remember as many names of the children and of the adults that you meet, but dependent on the school you're in, that may be a lot of people. So try your best to learn and pick up names as quickly as possible, and look at structures and procedures and how things are carried out. Look at the people who come into the classroom to visit, visiting specialists, learning support teachers, lots of visitors to a classroom, and who they're coming for, why they're coming, how long they stay, if they remove children or if children work in a group with them. Try to observe all of these things, because getting to know the order of those things within a classroom will help you to fit in and feel comfortable, and you will become familiar with the expectations of the children and of yourself within the classroom. If they feel they have an issue or a problem, the very first piece of advice I would give to you would be contact the university, because it's the university who have arranged for you to be there. So I would certainly say there will be people at the university, and that should be quite clearly recorded in your file or within the reading material for your placement. There will be people that you will be asked to contact if you have any queries or thoughts about your placement. So if there's anything you want to find out, that would be my first port of call. I would say contact the people at the university who are actually looking out for you and have arranged this experience for you. Also, I would say if the issue that you have or the worry that you have relates to the classroom environment that you're in, if you have a concern about something or you're worried about something or you've observed something, ask the class teacher, because you are there to build up that relationship with the class teacher as much as with the children. Collegiality and collaboration are an important part of our jobs, our profession, and it's important to do so in a sensitive way. It's important to know that through your reading and your experience, you will have a thought or an idea or an opinion of what something should be like or how it should be happening. And if by any chance you feel that things don't add up or there's something that you need to find out about, as long as you do so in a sensitive and professional manner, and as long as you remember to show an important degree of respect whenever you're having communication, then approaching a member of the staff, approaching the classroom teacher or a member of management to ask a very sensible question will be well received, and I'm sure that the student will then have an answer to the problem or the worry that they had. It's a fantastic little world of its own, a school, and so you have all of the relationships that you're going to build up. And I would say that if you go into a school, when you're in the school, when you're in the classroom, look at how they are organised, look at how they have processes and procedures and what those are and how they are performed. For example, it could be something very simple. In the school I work in, we all walk on the left-hand side, and so it's a familiarity, and once you realise, if you observe, you'll need to observe over the first day or two or week, and really take in as much information as you can about those procedures and processes, so that it helps you to be able to fit in and feel familiar and comfortable. It's very simple, practical things. As well as that, you want to think of yourself as a learner and having the experience, this fantastic learning experience that teaching placement is. When I was a student, which was quite a long time ago, it was a very valuable experience for me, and I loved going on placement. It was difficult and I was tired at the end of the day, and my mind had been so filled with things that I wanted to go to my bed early, but it was a really valuable experience. And so you want to have the idea of that bigger experience. And if you consider that as your professional learning, and at this moment in time, professional learning is very much on the agenda. It's very much on Scotland's education agenda and very much a political aspect of our education system. And all teachers have duties to fulfil professional learning within their teaching experience and within their hours that they work. And teachers come from all walks of life with all different experiences and have a very valuable, they can be used as a very valuable resource. And so therefore I would say to a student teacher, when you're out there, find out as much as you can about what teachers are doing and how teachers are learning and how they go about finding their learning and if they collaborate, and to have that bank of knowledge, to start to build up that bank of knowledge of your professional learning is a very worthwhile thing to have. And it's also good practice to begin to gather the professional learning that you have. And if there may be a part of the file the teaching file where students are supposed to place their professional experiences, learning experiences. And even if there isn't, you might want to make a part of the file. These are the learning experiences I've been invited to take part in while I've been on placement. And if you explain the actual experience, and then you perhaps try to reflect on that experience and what it might do for you in the future or has done for you now, then that's you starting along the road of CLPL and professional learning.